All right, all right, all right, you loyal listeners. Welcome to another episode of Agency Intelligence Podcast, where I'm giving you that real agency intelligence and not the artificial that they make you believe out there. This is Joel Poitras from Lightspeed Voice. He used to be the just like he was like the head salesperson. Then he was the chief revenue officer. And then he was, God, I don't even know what else. And then he went to something. And I think, aren't you now the president, Joel?
Basically, yeah.
That's what they said, the president. And the only person that gets to tell him what to do is Brad Fuller. And really, Brad doesn't do much. He's probably on vacation or somewhere in South America. In the meantime, Joel is the one running this organization and making it huge. No, that's a joke. We all love Brad. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our Mr. Man Fuller, you know? So, hey, where is Brad right now, Joel?
He's literally sitting across the building in his office at this very moment.
Okay. I thought you were going to literally say, Jason, he is in Peru right now.
No, so. I might have said that tail end of last year, but not today.
Oh, man. You know, a lot of stuff to talk about, specifically, not just with him, but with the status of everything and where things are going. I do greatly appreciate you joining us on this. For all you loyal listeners out there, you may or may not know, Lightspeed Voice and I have had a relationship for over 11 years. I had 5 separate companies before them. Decided to join them back in 2015. And it's amazing because some of the people that were there aren't there anymore. And then I remember Khan, who she's like way up in their leadership now. She was at the table when I first met her. I think I was at a show in like Dallas or Arlington, Texas, and ran into you guys. I was so frustrated with my other phone service provider at the time. And so anyways, here we are in 2026. There was no such thing as AI in 2015. I mean, there was, if you were like in Stanford or something, working as some damn geek in a lab. And boy, those geeks are making a lot of money now, aren't they, Joel?
Yeah, no doubt.
So anyways, hey man, really greatly appreciate you coming here. Just want to take about 20 minutes of everybody's time and just talk about some interesting things. Now, you loyal listeners, we're not just going to talk about like their phone system and all that. I'm actually going to dive into a different part. And we're going to talk and ask some questions maybe that probably have never been asked before, and coming from a different view. Joel, give us the 30 seconds about you, how long you've been in this business. You've been in the telecom business for a long time. Tell them all about it.
Forever. In dog years is forever and ever. But over 30 years in telecommunications and computer IT telephony, right? Cybersecurity, data, circuits, the whole 9 yards. So I've been AT&T, Windstream, CenturyLink, Lumen, and last 4 years with Lightspeed Voice, and have really helped expand and dedicated our resources time to the insurance ecosystem, what we do on our Lightspeed Solutions moniker and Lightspeed Voice, and how we're building around AI, because this whole conversation is going to be around artificial intelligence. It's basically everything wraps around it now. So it's an exciting time right now. I'm really excited to be here with you, Jason. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, no problem. Lightspeed Voice has a lot to live up to. You guys have always been innovative. You guys have always said, hey, if you want integrations, talk to us about it. We can't promise you the moon, but there's a good chance that we can look at it. You've always been like, hey, we're going to create our own infrastructure so we don't have to rely on anybody and give us the best customer support in the industry. Hey, we're going to try to stay onshore, not try to stay. We're going to stay onshore, United States citizen, as all of our employees and customer support, which you need to tell Brad, that's old school shit. That's not as important anymore. Okay. We appreciate it. We love the American jobs, but what we want is we want a great service. And I got to tell you, these Americans out here are awesome. I'm one of them. I guess if you guys loyal listeners didn't know that, I am American. But I will tell you that when it comes to customer service, some of these other countries are absolutely whooping our ass when it comes to customer service. Because these Americans are so like, oh my God, they want me to answer the phone in 2 rings. Or, oh my God, I'm supposed to smile when I was watching Desperate Housewives last night and the season finale was terrible, right? It's that kind of bullshit. You don't get that with other countries, right? They're just like, shit, I got to get this shit. I got to get this shit. and I'm living that in my own agency. I say it all the time. I have two Colombians that answer the phone because they do it way better than any of my Americans do. So just FYI, make sure Brad Fuller knows that. And you guys will hear me reference Brad a lot. Brad and I have been like friends for a long, long time. And if you've never met Brad, you need to, because the dude is one of the funniest geeks you'll ever meet. I'm telling you right now, he really, truly is. The dude has a sense of humor that is unbelievable. Is he not a funny geek? Am I right about that?
He's got a humor that surpasses anything I've ever experienced. Right? It's funny. Like I get that. That's hilarious. Yeah,
and sometimes he'll look at you and be like, Cass, I wasn't trying to be funny. I was serious. And then like, that's how I know you're funny. So
exactly.
Joel, here's the thing, man, like cell phones, right? Like we call these things cell phones. Now, some people are starting to say they're mobile devices because really that's what they are, right? But you're still looking for around the house and you're like, hey, where's my phone, right? We say that. And there's going to come a point in time where like somebody's going to say to us like, why in the hell do we call it a phone? Now let's take that into the office. I've been in this office in here for 3 years. I don't have a phone on my desk. Now, I'm a little different. I'm not having to answer the phone all the time. But when I do, it's usually through Teams, right? I'm getting on a Teams call, or it's coming through my soft phone, as we could call it, but I don't have a desk phone. And my question to you is, and this gets a little crazy there's no great answer for this, is are we going to quit calling these things phone when we start to look to the future, right? Now, hold on before you answer that, because that's kind of a weird question. You're like, Cass, why the hell you ask me that? Like, I have a perfect answer for that. I'm framing this up for you, okay? Because I think there's a category shift, right? So it's different, and agents aren't thinking about this yet, Joel. They're going to pick up the phone one day, and there's going to be an AI bot on there shopping insurance for its customer. That's a human, right? All of a sudden, everything we knew about how we communicate with people, and we're just gotta, supposed to smile and dial, or smile and look in the mirror and smile when you're talking to your customers, all that shit's out the window, right? And now we start to look at the importance as transcription, being able to record the call, sentiment analysis, being able to understand, was it a good call? Did we do right? Did we, almost as a training mechanism, was the customer pissed off? Those type of things. CRM automations and triggering workflows. That's funny, right? That shit, you've been doing this for years. You weren't talking about this shit 5-10 years ago. And what do you think about all this and where this is going? I mean, you're in the middle of this.
We're trying to keep up with the pace of innovation and explosion of AI development. It is phenomenal. And if you read, and I've been studying this for a little bit while now, by no means an expert, but when you look at AI is now coding and making itself better, more exponentially and faster.
Right.
And what we've come from, just a few short months ago is already excelling and where we're going. I was reading an article the other day that said this evolution of AI is going to be more impactful than COVID from February 2020 and what changed then. So,
wow.
Buckle your seatbelts, right? It is going to be a wild ride. And you've seen some of this already. I have as well. But going back to what does that engagement look like on a phone, on a soft client, on a Teams meeting, on a communication platform that we may not have even thought of yet, right? It's like, and you're going to have the AI agents that are able to basically effectively resolve a number of issues that are more mundane, I think. I don't think we'll ever lose the human element. We can't replace
Agreed.
that tone, feeling, intuition, and relationship and history. But the mundane, that'll get replaced by AI on both sides of the house, right? They had the article where the Google was talking to the Amazon and they were talking back and forth, just going, right? That's an example you gave just a moment ago. But it's pretty exciting to see how we can evolve and provide that solution and that value in the marketplace, because we're trying to iterate as quickly as the market is, right? And keep up with our customer requirements and what they're looking to do. I've been on so many demonstrations and demos with AI companies, and there's new ones popping up periodically here and there that are getting seed funding of millions of dollars and building an LLM that is very capable, but who can focus on the right areas, right? Who can
Mhm.
supply through the insurance space what they need, their workflows, their CRM implementation, their sentiment analysis, their call recordings for E&O support and so forth. So we're pivoting to make sure we're supplying that for our customers, but at the same time, it's pretty wild what is going on right now.
It's super wild. And I think that like right now the way that I use transcription is I mean I talked about this at Indie Tech if you guys were there or at BrainShare. I
Mhm.
It's the biggest part I'm using AI for right now is every one of my calls are recorded, whether that's on through Nova, through Lightspeed on our phone, or through Teams. Which, by the way, we need to smack Brad around and your developers. We need Nova for
Yeah,
Teams and Zoom, Joel.
yeah.
Okay, come on, that's the missing link. So, anyways, I'll tell you what. If I go down there and I take away Brad's boat, there might be some more shit that gets done. I might have to do that. So the thing is, though, is that I think that taking these transcriptions and putting them into chat or letting chat utilize it if you have Nova and you can ask it questions or putting it into your Claude or ChatGPT and pulling out things in the calls are phenomenal. There's so many
Wow.
things, especially when you ask AI, hey, what did you hear that maybe I didn't hear? What are the
Mhm.
things that I should have said that I didn't say? What are the things that I said that were good that you think resonated best with the
Mhm.
client? I think all these things are really, really huge, but I think that there's a missing ingredient when it comes to transcription. I think that AI is the only thing that knows how it needs to be talked to. And Joel, we're talking about it now, and you might as well write this shit down. Right now, it's February 18th at 1:15 in the afternoon, 2:15 if you're Joel time. And let me tell you, this is going to happen. And when it happens, it's going to blow people away. When you pick up the phone and it's AI on there saying it's shopping its insurance for its customer, that's a
That's
different ball game.
Mhm.
Everything we've been taught in our soft skills and tone and nonverbal communication, that's almost out the door. You will almost need a transcription so that the AI can listen to give you feedback of how you should be responding to AI, right? Humans know
Yeah.
humans, AI knows AI. And I really think that that's something we're not thinking about right now. And it's going to be huge.
True.
I think when it happens, your guys' Nova sales are going to go through the roof when it happens. Matter of fact, what you need to do is you need to call OpenAI. You need to tell them to get this shit going, and then it'll help your sales. See?
Tell me
That's what
about
I'm
it.
here for, Joel.
Awesome.
That's what I'm
Love
here
open
for.
AI.
All right. That's what I'm here for. Don't worry about it. I don't need any of that money. I'm just trying to help you out. So I think that that's a huge part of this. Okay.
Mm.
I think that's a huge part. Any thoughts to that? You just agree.
Well, I mean, you said it best, right? You're talking about the communication and the speed of communication. Like when you look at our Nova sentiment alerts right now, which is our AI, and a lot of our clients are using
Mhm.
that to feed into potential Slack channels and updates for training, and
Yep.
have solved a lot of customer issues or concerns or sales opportunities using the sentiment alert components that we offer. We're expanding that. We have a Nova professional version coming out. You probably haven't heard of it yet. You've given input for it, but that will create additional workflows, Ask Nova, nudging and prodding of things to ask and cover with your conversation with your client, and form feed preliminary information. So we've got a lot of good things coming out on the AI side. But to your point, when you talk about how does AI talk to AI and the speed at which it can process information and then provide that back to you, it's a whole nother level. And we have to
Yeah.
adapt to that.
I'm telling you, I don't know. I mean, we're going to have new coaching classes. Like, this is how you talk to when an AI bot calls you. This is the things you need to say and do. I'm being serious. I mean, this is
Yeah.
outside the norm. No one's thinking about. I'll tell you one other thing they're not thinking about, the sentiment. Okay. So, right now, I think that, I think in the future, I don't know if it's 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years, we need to come up with a sentiment standard, right? Like, so some people, like if you listen to a phone call, it'll be like 1 out of 500 or 1 out of 10,000, right? And then they judge it based on this score of, I think
Mm-hmm.
your guys' is 1 out of 1,000. Am I right by that? It's something like that. Joel, I don't know. It's a technical thing. I don't
Yeah,
expect you
one
to
out
know.
of 100 is what it's going to
One
be.
out of
Yeah.
100. That's what
Yeah.
it is. So basically, you get 100. You had an awesome score, and you're never going
Mm-hmm.
to probably see that. I've never seen that on
Mm-hmm.
any of my calls. It's usually going to be an 80, 800, or 900, and that means things went well. But if it was a 3 or 400, it's like, hey, there's things you need to improve upon. Your professional will probably say, like, hey, here's some things to look at, do
Right.
some training calls, things like that. Here's where I think, though, that we're missing the point. This will be a true business reputation score. So I can game NPS. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can game Google reviews. I can get people that like us to say, hey, fill it out, say Jason's name. I can game the system. When you're a business and you take 10,000 phone calls and you add them all together and you get a settlement score of 933, or no, 93. Let's say of 93, that means you have a 93% reputation score. And when people would be like, well, what is that? No, these are 10,000 phone calls that I had live with real customers. And in that, AI said that overall, there was a 93% satisfaction and happy rate. That's not JD Powers and Associates.
Nope.
That's not me gaming the system, because people, if you don't know, you can buy your JD Powers and Associates
Mm-hmm.
things. Like, you just pay some money and like they put you in, it's all that bullshit that we have in America today. But this is the thing. So I don't think people are thinking about that, Joel. Sediment scores,
Mm-hmm.
they're just thinking, oh, it's just something. No, those scores are going to mean something. And whenever Cass is out there showing a 93%, and then all of a sudden you put all your shit together and it comes up to a 74%, you're not going to be able to post your reputation score over mine. So you may think to yourself, well, what do I do? You need to start listening to your phone calls. You need to start getting these things transcribed. You need to start setting the boundaries that says, hey, if it's less than this on a sediment score, it needs to be sent to me in an email, or however you can possibly process it. Whether you're using Lightspeed Voices transcription of Nova or somebody else's, the fact is, that's what you need to start looking at. These transcriptions and sediment scores, it's essential. One last thing I want to do before I get off of this. Does it your system now, or is it the professional version that will capture keywords? Which one is
The
it? Is it now?
professional version will capture keywords and search for keywords and indicate keywords you want to isolate and identify.
Correct.
So
So
that's
if I tell Nova, hey, when I say the word VIN, I want you to capture the VIN number. And so when I
yep.
say, hey, what was your VIN, it will capture that for me.
Address, VIN, names, sites, locations, boat, cars, whatever. You can capture the
Customize it,
field
can't you?
want to customize. We have custom queries. You can capture the field you want to call attention to, and then copy and paste, create a PDF, whatever you want to grab that information and utilize it for, you can do so, or follow up.
So you ask your phone company if they're doing that. Okay. Now, the reason why they're doing that, and this is important, is they're stepping into the future, loyal listeners. We're on a very near time where we're not using keyboards anymore. Keyboards are so 1955. Okay. They're really not there. This is how we're going to be doing it. And matter of fact, if you guys want to know, it's WISPER flow, whisper flow, no H, WISPER flow. Just so you guys know, if I click on my thing right now, it tells me that I speak at 147 words per minute. It tells you up in the little right-hand corner. I don't type anything anymore. All I have to do is I hold down the control and the alt key. And when I hold those two down, I just start talking. It spells everything perfect. It puts the right pronunciation in. If I say, quote unquote, Joel Proithris, boom, it puts quotes over him. It does the whole thing. So you need to go out there and get that. It's $15 per user per month. I got it for my whole team. I'm spending $150 a month for my whole team to have that. And you need to have it as well, because most of you guys type like me with two fingers. Okay. That's what most of you do. And that's probably at about 4 words a minute is what it is. Okay. I'll give you some, maybe 15 words a minute, but you can't talk as fast as you can type. And where it even comes in better is when you're using ChatGPT or Claude and you're trying to create prompts. You just simply hold it down, boom, you spit out the prompt, and away you go. So that's, loyal listeners, that's free for you. You use anything like that, Joel?
I use a lot, obviously on iPhone, Grok. You can have a whole conversation with Grok, which is ChatGPT or Claude right now. I use it on Windows machine. You can do it as well, obviously. Just
Yep.
Verbalize the type and it'll put the whole thing in, and Copilot will clean it up. So many tools you can leverage so you don't have to type anymore.
That's another thing too. You mentioned Copilot. That was a pretty shitty program 2 years ago, and it's come around now. People are saying that it's actually becoming very useful, and I would prefer to use it over everything since I have the Microsoft suite.
That's the benefit, right? It's all encapsulated in one platform. It's also enterprise encrypted from an enterprise perspective, so you have that security factor as well with Microsoft that we support, obviously, with our Microsoft licenses.
I do agree with that. I agree with that. So let's see. I've got a couple other questions here that I'm looking at. One of the things that I think people don't maybe know about your system is also the way that you can listen in, right? There's ways that you can listen into people's calls. So I get this a lot. It's like you don't just have to listen to the recording. You can actually be listening into one of your salespeople or your CSR is on the phone. It was actually Billy Williams that showed me that I can do this with you guys years ago. But also, like, one of the things I think is called, maybe it is called Whisper, where like I can talk to my CSR. If my CSR is on the phone with somebody, I can sit there and be listening in, but talking to my CSR, and my CSR can hear it, but the person that she's or he's speaking to can't. That's a pretty cool feature.
Yeah, it's Whisper. It's only one way, and it's literally enabled for coaching, real-time coaching and prompting of a producer, a CSR, an account rep to talk to the client about, right? So they can literally, at that real time, they can also just only listen in, and they can what's called a barge. So they can take over the call. If it's not going well and they're whispering in the agent's ear and they're not capturing the conversation with the end user, and the sentiment is starting to turn negative, which you can see when you're looking at real-time sentiment alerts, then you can actually barge in and take over the call. Yeah. So there's three capabilities are there. Whisper, listen, and barge. So all these things. Now, those are all included in our bundle, in our package. A lot of the people in the space, I've been in a long time, that's more of a call center functionality. We actually include it in every user we sell here at Lightspeed.
Yeah, dude, I think, I mean, I bet you Billy Williams told me about that 2016, 2017, 2018. I mean, you guys have had that for a long time. You were still running around in diapers, Joel.
Yeah, we should use it for training of our own reps, right?
You do? Okay.
Yeah, we have, if we bring on a new technical support rep, that'll be a training tool we can use, right? So they can have a senior rep sit on top of the conversation and kind of help them with any comments or responses they need to deliver.
You think one of these days that this voicemail shit's going to be gone? I mean, think about this, loyal listeners. Do you go and listen to voicemails on your phone? If you say yes, it's okay. I'm just saying, I guarantee you 50% or more of us are saying no. I haven't dialed into my voicemail in so long. You know what? If you call me right now, 618-322-5595, just so you know I'm not bullshitting you, my message will say, thanks for giving me a phone call. Just know that if you leave a message, no one's going to ever hear it. Just text me or something. Because I don't even know. I don't know how to even get into my voicemail, right? Joel, do you use that voicemail? Do you actually listen to that shit?
I have it there for my kids at school and things of that nature. Somebody calls, but because I may not text or something, but what it does is it translates it to a text, translates it to an email. We provide it at Lightspeed. Any voicemail you get, translate it to text and then send it to your email so you can read it. You don't have to listen to it. So it saves you time, money, resources.
I was trying to talk to him about a personal issue and he interjects Lightspeed voice in there, guys. Do you not see that this guy's the president of this organization? So yes, but no, that's a good point with kids. It's a good point. Didn't think about that. See, my kids are grown. I'm not thinking of that shit. No. But when they were younger, I was listening to it because of them. You never knew. That's very, 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 very good point. Let's talk about what should we be concerned about when it comes to protection of all this data that's out there? I mean, all my calls are being recorded, which means you guys have access to all this. I mean,
Uh-huh.
what's the security? And don't go too far on that because that's boring as shit. We all know it's secure. But also, what are ways that you guys are utilizing some of this data to enhance your business or enhance our business? Is there anything, Joel? I mean,
Yeah,
anything?
no, we have thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of call
I
recordings, right?
bet. I
For
bet.
so I mean, contemplating building an entire LLM around it, right? Because there's so much information. Now we use that with our partners and with partnerships like yourself to provide better service, right? And understand what
Mhm.
the triggers are, and we're constantly training our own Nova for the guidance and coaching that we're releasing in Nova Pro around insurance questions. Hey, did you ask about this? Did you ask about an umbrella policy? Did you ask about this particular automobile coverage, right? Those types of things. But it's evolving so fast and the security is getting risky. I was at this great conference a few weeks ago called Indie Tech in Hollywood, Florida, and it was
Pretty good.
well attended. I actually had a customer I talked to props. I had a current customer of ours on Friday. I told about Indie Tech. They're literally like, what's that? And then they went down Monday here in
Patricia.
Florida. Mackenzie and
Oh, no, no, no.
yeah,
Okay, McKinsey. I know her
yeah,
last name starts with a J, but there was
Johnson,
also a
Mackenzie
girl by
Johnson.
the name of Patricia that was talking
Yeah,
to you the week before, said that they
yeah,
talked to Lightspeed Voice and she came on
came
over.
down.
Yep, I know
Yeah.
her. Yep.
So yeah, we said I had a few new attendings talking about some of the AI components, but you mentioned the voice. So it was interesting. In one of the
Good call.
seminars I was giving, a customer was asking like, hey, do you recommend we remove our voicemail, outgoing voicemail message? So like if you call myself and get
Mhm.
my answering services, hi, this is Joel Poitras, I'm not available to take the call. You could take that and now deep fake it and call family members and do all these crazy things like ask for money, dogs in the hospital, kid I can't find. The use cases for fraud and corruption
Yeah.
are just ginormous, right? So I was like, that's an interesting facet we never talked about, because once you're
Mhm.
in the public space, you can be copied, replicated, and there are a high number of breaches nowadays. They say 13 to 16%, one in three are encountering synthetic voice fraud. So when you talk about voice, so we're always conscious. So when you talk about encryption, you ask that question to tie back. We keep everything encrypted, stored, so and behind an actual access log. Like we don't publicize call recordings to our customers like some of our competitors do. There's risks,
Mhm.
right? There's potential risks. Or we unless they authorize it, they can download it themselves. But we try to keep that secure from a secure, access perspective, because
Makes sense.
nefarious characters could do really bad things with those. So it's evolving. AI is getting better at trying to figure out how to replicate your voice. You have a ton of podcasts, right? They can go out and create a deep fake of a video, and I might not know I'm not talking to Jason Cass. Is that you, Jason? Is that you?
It is. If you saw it, there's nothing that looks as good as me. So, I mean, it's cool. The voice can definitely be tricked, but not this beauty here. No, I'm joking. Okay. Hey, Joel, one other thing I want to talk to you about. When I was doing some research for this call with you, I use deep research for everything now. Something got brought up which was called voice prints. Have you heard
Mhm.
about that? Like using voice prints, like using your voice for passwords and authentication out
I've
there in
heard
all
of
that
those. I've
community?
used them in the past and previous. There's some way that when your voice is communicating across the cellular network, it's like a fingerprint, right?
Yeah.
And I had some security access to get past, for HR policies and so forth. But other than that, I'm not as familiar with the technology, if it's still applicable with the deepfake world we're in now. I'd love to know more.
Yeah, I know that
Yeah,
that is cool because that
yeah,
voice print sounds like it'd be cool, but then
hmm
again, you talk about some of the stuff you're talking about, and
yeah,
it's like, okay, well, wait a minute, because like right now we have call pop, right? It recognizes the phone number, so it
hmm
pops up. How cool would it be
right,
if it like just recognized the customer, right? The first time the customer calls in and they're like, "Hey, I need to get an auto and home quote." And then that recording is put into the system, and then when it sees that a new policy downloads, it
right,
immediately knows, hey, this is that person. This is Jolene. This is Mark. And then when they call in next time, boom, it would call pop based on the voice. That'd
yeah.
actually be pretty cool.
I have to look into that.
Joel, I'm making you guys a lot of money. Okay. After a while,
Keep
I'm
it
going to have to
coming.
start getting some of this shit. All right. Okay. Yeah, I got to ask you a couple forward looking questions, and we've already been on here too damn long. No one wants to sit here and listen to two geeks talk about
No kidding.
communication this much, but it is kind of
Pontificating, right?
interesting. In 10 years, will humans still answer most business calls?
No,
I don't think so either. I just don't.
I don't think so. I think there'll be the secondary to the interpersonal relationship, right? You're going to do
Mhm.
a pre intake depending on the information. and then get it to a relationship driven. Because I think there would be, I've been this way, revolt against AI. I've called my airline. Give me a human, give me a human, give me a
Yeah.
human. I'm like, you
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
answer the complicated question I'm dealing with to move 2 flights and change a seat and do this and this.
Yeah.
And you finally get to a human and you have an interactive conversation, right? So I think there'll be initial intake and then a transfer, right?
Oh, so true, dude. Does AI reduce staff or does it elevate the good ones and expose the weak ones?
Oh, definitely elevates the good ones, expose the weak ones, right? You're
Doesn't it?
talking about an efficiency and model and skill set that is just going to be expanded upon. Like if you don't embrace AI right now, you're going to be falling behind in the future.
All right. Short answers only. We're going to do a little lightning round as we
Oh
wrap it
boy.
up. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Here we go. Voice or text? Which one wins long term?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's short answers, both.
Okay, I'm going to give that to you because I don't know if I had that answer either. Here we go. Will hold music still exist in 2030?
No.
Voicemail, dead or alive in 5 years?
Oh, I'm going to say on his last breath.
Human receptionist or AI receptionist in 2035?
Oh, AI all day long.
I agree, especially in 2035.
Yeah.
Especially in 2035. There's gonna be a chance
Yeah.
few of us don't even have jobs. We're gonna be sitting around singing Kumbaya living by the ocean, right? And,
Exactly.
making $5,000 a month. That's a lot of money that's given to us by the government from universal income, right? That's the way
Mhm.
this shit looks. One AI capacity that you're betting big on.
Um, AI support agents.
Okay, AI
That's
support agents. I like that. One AI fear people have that's overblown.
ability to have a meaningful interchange or interaction.
Okay, okay. There you qualified. That's our lightning round, also known as
Nice.
Lightspeed Voice Round. So that is it, buddy. That's what I had for you as far as some of my stuff. Let me read my notes. It talks about where phones are likely going, but we could probably go into that a whole other time. But hey, Joel, wrapping it up. Anything that they need to know about Lightspeed Voice? I know you and I are going to do this again in a couple months. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
talk more about Lightspeed Solutions. We really didn't get to that. Just so you guys know, whenever you see Joel's beautiful picture on another one of my posts, guys, they also have Lightspeed Solution, which is the sister company of Lightspeed Voice, because it even says in Lightspeed Voice, they're more than just chat. That means text and all the other shit too, but it also means they do solutions. We have over almost 200 computers. Well, I should say this: 200 devices that are protected by Lightspeed Solutions. So if anybody believes in them, Jason Cass does. And if you've heard me say it before, they are Cass certified because I use both of them. Wrapping it up, Joel, anything you want to add to the conversation?
No, that was fantastic. Obviously, if you need anything from IT, cybersecurity, voice, technology, AI, reach out. Current customer,
That's right.
future customer, or just interested party, feel free to reach out. We'd love to chat with you.
I love it. I love it. Also, you can reach out to VP Mark. He's also the vice president, Mark. We
Yep.
call him VP Mark. He doesn't understand why I keep doing that, but because he said that to me one time, now I'm going to do it every time. Also, Veronica, she's fantastic. Their senior strategy leader over there. We got Alexis, who's awesome in marketing. Did she have that baby yet?
Not yet. Just due Friday.
Okay, because dude, I saw her on the thing and I figured it was you, but
Mhm.
I'm thinking there ain't no way she's getting on this damn thing. She's had that,
Yeah.
just had that baby, and so it just shows. And I don't even know. I know your developers, but I don't know all their names. They're great guys too. It
Absolutely.
just shows that a couple people look at Brad and they think, man, you have no friends, and he may not, but his wife is awesome. All the people that work there is awesome. I'm starting to think I got to give Brad another shot and say he might be a good guy. I'm really thinking so, Joel.
Definitely the
I really
best.
think so. He knows I love him. He knows I
I know.
love him. I pick on that guy more than any other person who doesn't ever talk to me. And you know why I do it? I'm going to keep doing it until he comes to my event. Okay? You tell him
There
that.
you go.
You tell him
We'll
that.
get them down there.
I
Or up there,
appreciate you
wherever.
coming to Indy Tech. We are going to be back down there in Southern Illinois. I always say that, Southern Florida. We are going to be coming back. We were going to go to another state, but we got word from FAIA I talked with Kyle, their CEO, and he wants to do a partnership. He says it's something that the Florida agents need. So we are going to come back down again next year. We don't know yet. So everybody knows, because I've got a million of these calls, we were going to Phoenix. And I already have all the proposals to go to Phoenix. But because Florida now has reached out and said, hey, come back. We want to support you, partner. We want to make this bigger. We believe in it. And then also something that I'm announcing, and I'm going to go ahead and announce it right now, because the press release will go out next week. And then by sometime someone's listening to this in 2 weeks, they'll know about it. But Momentum AMP has stepped up and said, we want to be the presenting sponsor. And I asked Michael and I asked Peter, the CEO and the president, I said, why do you want to do this? And they said, Jason, we love what you're doing. We love how this does it. And you need to make it more. And let's be honest with you, I ain't here to make any money on it. I just try to break even, and more money does mean better speakers, better engagement, better technology, better experience. And so they stepped up and they're going to underwrite a huge part of this as our presenting sponsor. I was blown away when Michael and Peter decided to do this. So Indy Tech's coming back at the end of January. It's either going to be the last week of January, first week of February. We'll be down in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, somewhere around there, because we got to go where it's warm. We thought about Tampa, but it does get into the 40s and 50s in January, and we decided we need it to be in the 70s, so we're going to stay down there. But I know that you guys will be there. You guys always support agency intelligence, and I greatly appreciate it, man. Thank you, Joel.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jason.
Tell your team I said bye. All right?
Will do. Thanks, man. See you.